Welcome back and welcome in, everybody, to the family, the friends, the followers, the lovers, the supporters, and the haters. Everybody tapping in. If you're rocking with me, I'm rocking with you. I'm not gonna lie, I like this intro. But welcome back, man. Welcome back. You tapping into the Sober and Unbothered podcast, episode. I think this is 6. Wow. I think I'm low key, slowly and getting better and better and better at this. But I'm liking it. I'm loving it. I'm liking it. I'm having fun and I'm enjoying myself. I hope you guys are enjoying these episodes as much as I am recording them and rewatching them back and, connecting with y'all because I'm connecting with y'all. But let's start off, man. Today's kind of a special day for me, man. It's my first and last day of my college career. My last semester, you know what I'm saying? And the reason why I'm saying that is because I want to use that as the topic for today. You know what I'm saying? I want to talk about what alcohol took for me because the fact that I'm still in school right now, I'm 26 years old and I feel like I'm way behind than my peers. I have friends that are getting married, having kids, buying cribs, got nice ass cars, nice careers, and I got none of that. You know what I'm saying? And I don't compare myself to them. You know what I'm saying? You get lost and you get depressed in comparison. And I've learned that and I don't do that. But it's just still something I look at and it's still something I think about because when I think about myself now and being in school and being in college and, graduating and moving forward with my life, I think about all the time that I've wasted that I've could have used to be in a better position right now. But I'm glad things have worked out and done the way that they have because I was talking to my dad the other day and I was like, you know what? Like, I'm actually kind of glad the way things in my life have played out because I did go to college the first time. I was in high school. I graduated. I went to college, the whole standard thing. When I first went to college, I kind of did that for my parents, you know what I'm saying? Because I originally did not want to go to college. I'm a creative guy. I like music. I like arts. I like photography. I like mixing music, editing videos. I like doing all the creative things. And when I first graduated high school, I wanted to go to this school in Florida called Full Sail, and I wanted to learn how to be an audio engineer and make music and film editing and shoot photography and film. I wanted to do all that. And, being African and being in an African family, my parents were like, yo, that's a stupid ass idea. I don't think you should be doing that. What job are you going to get? How you going to make money? That's a dumb ass idea. And I'm 18. So I'm like, man, I guess you're right, man. But that's what I want to do. And, at the time I was like, all right, I guess I'm going to listen to y'all. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what I'm doing, I guess, So it was kind of discouraging to follow my dreams. So I went to school. I went to college. And I started going to school and studying communication. You know what I'm saying? The most basic shit that you can do. It was cool. I went to a community college at first. I went to the school called Lake Michigan College. Went there for a year and then I transferred to Purdue. Doing this whole schooling thing, it was cool in the beginning. You know what I'm saying? Until I went to Purdue. And then when I went to Purdue, I was there for about 2 years. And I'm in a whole different state. I'm in a whole different environment. I'm around a lot of different people. I didn't have any friends. I didn't know anybody. My mom worked there, thankfully, because half the time I would just, go sit in her office and just kick it with her. But as time kept going on and on, I started to meet people, you know what I'm saying? And I met a nice group of guys. I still talk to some of them today. And yeah, we started drinking, started partying, started connecting, started relating. And, it was fun until it wasn't, And at the time, I didn't really think too much into it. I didn't really care. I didn't really question, my alcoholic tendencies, my drinking habits, I mean, some of the guys I was hanging out with, they would be like, yeah, T, you drink too much, but my mind related back to, I'm in college though, I'm in school, that's what we do, right? That's what you're supposed to do in school. And So we just kept going on. We just kept going on and on with it. COVID hit. When COVID hit, I turned 21. So when COVID hit, we all know COVID. We know COVID-19, the shutdown, everything shut down on that Monday. I turned 21 on Saturday, that Saturday. When I turned 21, that's when you know, drinking became a little worse because alcohol became a lot more accessible. I could go to the liquor store. I could buy whatever I want whenever I want. I could drink whenever I want at whatever time I want. I could do what I want. I'm 21. I could buy it. I can drink. It's lit. You know what I'm saying? I started drinking heavily, and I was still in school at the time. But then once COVID actually hit, they were like, "All right, we're transferring to everything online." And me, myself, and almost a lot of my peers at the time in college were like, "Oh, okay. So if everything's online, that means we're not doing shit." You know what I'm saying? And I don't know if anybody else thought the same way, but we thought like, "Oh yeah, we're just not gonna do shit." We just came back from spring break, bro. We're not gonna do anything. And so yeah, I took it as, oh, it's summer break now. We don't gotta do nothing. So I started drinking heavily, started partying. So I just found myself like staying in my apartment at school and not doing anything. So I was like, all right, bet I'm gonna just move back home. So I moved back home. I dropped out of school. I worked a shitty ass job that I hate. I hated it, but at the time I loved it because I was making money. But as I started growing and realizing that I needed to change something, I actually started to hate that fucking job. But you live and you learn, and I stuck with it. When I dropped out of school and I moved back home, my drinking got worse. It got heavy. It didn't happen all in one night. It just progressively got worse. And so I just was just like, all right, it is what it is, bro. I'm living life. I don't know what I'm doing with my life, but I'm gonna keep going. So yeah, I started living life. I started working. I got a girlfriend. Life just kept lifing. And then me and the girl broke up. My drinking got worse. And then, as you guys know, as I probably already said in a couple episodes, I got jaundice. I was damaging my liver. There's more to the story, but yeah, I hit rock bottom. I eventually hit rock bottom. I ended up getting out of it. I got out of it. I got a new job. And then when I got the new job, I realized something that I needed to change. Something's got to change. So when I got the new job and I quit my old one, I actually stopped drinking at all the same time. Like everything changed. Like, the first day that I got sober, like literally everything in my life changed. I quit that shitty ass job. I got a new one. I'm sober, and I have no idea what I'm doing. But life was weird. It was different. You know what I'm saying? And the first day that I actually started my new job was the day after I stopped drinking. And I was going through withdrawals heavy, bro. I was shaking, man. I was hallucinating, and I actually passed out at work. I fainted. And everybody's like, bro, are you okay? 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 And I was like, oh, yeah, man. It's just early. It's just early. I'm not used to getting up this early. They're like, oh, okay, yeah, no problem. Yeah. Just drink some water, some coffee. Yeah, eat a sandwich or something. You'll be all right. And yeah, and I just kept it moving, man. I kept showing up. I kept staying sober. I didn't get into the gym until probably like 3 months later. And then, yeah, here we are. I kept doing it. And that's the thing with life, man, and sobriety, bro. Like, nothing happens overnight. I know I kind of talked and told this story like fast paced, but the moral of the story and the moral of my life and, the stages that happen and everything that happened, the canon events, as you keep going and you keep pushing and you keep pursuing something, things start to stack up. Things start to build. Things start to level up. Your life starts to level up. You start to change. You start to glow. And when I first got sober, I didn't know what was going to happen. I didn't know what I was going to do. I don't know what I was doing. But I said, fuck it, man. I'm going to just keep doing it. And I kept doing it. And the more that you keep doing it, the more that you start to learn more about yourself, the more you start to add more value to your life, more value to your routine, your everyday life, more value to the people around you, your relationships. You got to just keep going. The more you keep going, the more you realize that sobriety is worth it. Sometimes I look back and sometimes I get sad because drinking and alcohol has taken so much from me, man. And I be trying not to. Sometimes I want to cry about it, but I ain't gonna cry on camera, bro. I ain't gonna cry, man. But like drinking alcohol is taking so much from me, bro. And you know, I'm glad I'm at where I'm at. I'm glad I'm doing what I'm doing. I'm glad about where I think I'm going, and I'm just happy to be here, man. And I wouldn't have had it any other way. And I want to be able to share my story and tell people what I went through, so you guys can relate to or take what I say and I don't know, kind of use it for yourself in your life and get yourself out of the hole that you think you're in or that you're digging. Because life is tough, man, and sobriety is tougher, but it's not impossible, man. You can do it. It's not impossible. I just want you guys to be able to get yourself and don't go through the trials and tribulations that I did. Don't fall victim to the bullshit. Don't drown in the bottom of the bottle because there's nothing there for you. There's no friends there. There's only drops, bro. There's only dust. There's nothing there for you. There's nothing there for you, gang. And I'm gonna end this on a quote, man. I'm gonna end this episode on a quote. When you find yourself in some of the darkest places and sometimes you feel like you're buried, you've actually been planted. And I love that quote, man, because when I hit rock bottom and I didn't think that I was gonna live, bro. I didn't think that I was ever gonna get sober. I didn't think that I was ever gonna be where I'm at right now. Being back in school, being sober, pursuing a better life, man. When I was in that dark time, bro, I did not think that I was gonna get out. I felt buried. I felt suffocated. I didn't know what I was gonna do. I didn't know where I was gonna go. I didn't think I could climb up. But I was low-key planted, bro. I had to start from the bottom and build myself up. I had to climb out with a rope. And you could do the same thing, man. It's hard, but it's not impossible. And I believe in you. I think you can do it. So go ahead and do it, man. This is T from Unhinged Sanity. This is a Sober and Unbothered podcast. Thank you for tapping in. I'm going to see y'all next week. Later.